we've got some great news. We are starting worship back at Booker T this Sunday, September 27th. That's right. This Sunday, September 27th, we are coming back to Booker T, Washington, which is very, very exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking, which we completely understand, but we wanted to give you some details. If you participated in worship with us when we went back that first time, that little bit in July, it's going to look pretty much the exact same. So I want to give you some details. We're going to send this out. It's going to be, we're going to send this out in an email so you can read this. If you don't want to sit here and watch this video, that's perfectly okay. You can share this video with as many people as possible, so that way people that might not have power yet or anything like that can at least have a general idea of what's going to be going on. All right, so we're going to have one worship. It's going to be this Sunday starting at 9 a.m. So that is worship at 9 a.m. As of right now, we are still not going to do Bible classes just yet. We're going to kind of see how things go, and we're very, very hopeful that we will be able to introduce those. But as of right now, we are not going to be doing that. We're also not offering any children's Bible classes or nurseries or anything like that, because we're still trying to figure out how to navigate that with volunteers, with keeping things clean, all while working together with Booker T, Washington, which is, you know, as you know, is a major part of this. So as of this moment, we're not going to be offering anything for the kids. So does that mean that your kids cannot come? No, they absolutely can, but it's going to be up to you to have them seated next to you and everything along those lines. If you want to watch it later when it's pre-recorded, obviously you are more than welcome to do that. We are very hopeful, and we are in conversation about what it's going to look like when we bring back our nursery and our children's Bible classes. So that is coming. We want to get that figured out so that way we can all get back together. Even sitting on the couch the other day, Zechariah, we were watching church on streaming, and he says, I'm ready to go back to church. I'm ready to go back to church. And he said a lot of other things that were really funny in that same vein, but even that idea of just being together, I know that exists even within our children. So we are in deep, deep prayer and planning and conversation, remembering that a lot of this we have to kind of get approval from Booker T, Washington on, who has been amazing. They have worked with us so much. They've been in constant conversation with us. We're very thankful for the relationships we've created there. But just kind of something for you guys to know that pretty much every plan and everything that we come up with, we then do have to kind of run it through what they have put in place there. So that's one worship, 9 a.m., no Bible classes at this time. If you are sick, if you are not feeling well, we ask that you stay at home and enjoy the worship online or via streaming in some other way. Just being mindful of how you feel before you come and join us during that time. All right, so we do film this worship, and we want to get this worship online as quickly as possible. But here's where we need kind of that patience. Here's where we need you to kind of understand how this process works. We film it, and then we have to take it from there to an alternate location. And it's at that alternate location that we then have to upload it, edit it just a little bit, you know, and get it sharpened up. And then we have to then upload it onto YouTube and then stream it on Facebook. Now, there's a few things that can happen that disrupt this. First of all, we don't know exactly how long the worship is going to go from the moment we start at 9 and then as it continues on. We don't have that exact thing. Secondly, the location that we go to has to have really good internet. As we have discussed over the last couple weeks, we are upgrading the internet right here at our offices, so that way it will be fast and we'll be able to do that and do that as quickly as possible. But even with the best of internet, sometimes things just happen. Mixon and I could tell you stories over the last 6 months of how technology has worked absolutely perfectly when we wanted it to, and it's just absolutely messed everything up at what could be possibly the worst moment. We, from the moment worship is over, are doing everything we can to try to get that to you in a timely manner while you are at your house. And I know that I've had people message and say, well, if it's going to stream at 11, that's too late for me. I am so sorry. I really am so sorry. But if we're doing a live worship at 9, filming that and then streaming it, that's really the best that we can do. Which, of course, the natural question is why don't we just stream the worship while it's happening? We've said this a few times, and just kind of that reminder, at the high school, we cannot stream. They have firewalls protecting all of their type of internet that they have up there. No Facebook, no social media, no YouTube. We have no access to all of that. And hotspots, which is where you kind of bring the internet with you, do not create a fast enough internet connection for us to stream the worship to you. We've looked at all of these options, but again, because we're meeting at the high school, there is a limitation there. So we are trying our hardest to get it to you as quickly as possible. We have a couple creative ideas we're going to be working on over the next couple weeks, but here's the base. Worship will be live at 9. And then it will be online, streaming and available on YouTube. We are shooting to try to get that to you by 11. All right, so you're coming to worship at 9 o'clock. What is that going to look like? We will provide communion in the individual cups. So when you get there, you'll just grab a bag that has the amount that you need for your family. You can also bring your own communion if you just feel more comfortable that way. But we're gonna stick with that method for the time being. Contribution, we will have contribution boxes available there that are lock boxes that you can put your checks into. You can also continue to use the online and text features that we have been using now for the last 6 months. You can mail your check. There are various ways that you can continue to give. A lot of the amenities that we normally have, we won't be having. We're not going to be providing coffee just yet or anything like that. So it's basically going to be as kind of focused into that cafeteria area as possible. Now, as of right now, because of Pensacola City mandates, but also because of Booker T mandates, we do ask that everyone that comes, please wear a mask. It is mandatory. Again, these are these decisions that we filter through, we talk about, we discuss, but then we have to run them through Booker T. And right now, since the school systems are requiring masks with the students, we are also requiring that you wear a mask when you come to worship. We're praying and hoping that all of these things, eventually will come to a place where we can resume what we would call a little bit of normalcy. But the truth of the matter is when we kind of walk through all of this planning, we really want to make sure that we aren't just doing this because we feel like we have to be institutionalized in our Kingdom of God approach. Times of worship are not these mandatory check marks that you get because you walk into a building. Times of worship are these moments of encouragement, of growing together so we can go and be the kingdom. In this past week, we've seen a lot of that. Natural disasters tend to bring out the church in ways that we can do some tangible work. But there's other things that we can do as well. So if you are still kind of concerned or anything like that, please know that we want you to feel comfortable and continue to enjoy the worship at home. If you've been part of life groups, what we have put out about life groups is meet at your own leisure within what you feel you're comfortable with. It's hard if we're not all together to create ways for you to plug into various life groups. So if you are interested in knowing if life groups are happening in your area, you can contact me, you can contact Jeremy, and we can try to work on that. I do know there are a lot of groups that are meeting, and again, they're meeting at their own comfort level, which is entirely appropriate, and so hopefully you guys are doing that. So that's what we have going on. We ask for continued prayers as we kind of navigate through what this is going to look like going forward. We are so excited about eventually getting our Bible classes going again, as well as our children's Bible classes. We do have our Wednesday night Bible class, how to study the Bible, that's happening. Liz has been putting together Zoom classes on Sunday mornings for our kids, as well as the various worship videos and stuff. And hey, it's been a couple months. Go and rewatch our virtual VBS. It's be like having your own VBS all over again. Thank you so much for your prayers during this time. And if you have any additional questions about us beginning to meet back together, feel free to shoot me an email, reach out, and I'll be glad to answer those to the best of my ability. We love you guys, and we hope to see you this Sunday or hear from you through any of our online ventures. Thanks.